it's a lot of hard work. The stand should be a lot of fun work. And so we want to just give you a handful of tips and ideas about storytelling and what makes for a good story, so then you can go out and tell those and see them published immediately and have other people read your work and learn about people in the community. All those things can happen pretty easily. So that's really our mission, is to get people in the community writing stories about themselves and then instantly saying, I'm big on instant gratification. And that's why I always loved about being a reporter, is you wrote it on Tuesday night and Wednesday morning it was in the paper and everybody was reading it, and that was yours. So to me, that's very exciting and energizing. We want the people in the community to have that experience. So just a few ideas about what makes for a good story. I think it's anything that you are curious about is something other people are probably curious about and is a story worth telling. So there are many things, you know, that we're curious about every day, and to me it's like, well, what makes up conversation at my house at the end of the day or in the morning? The kinds of things we talk about are the kinds of things we're curious about. Did you see this? Did you see that? Do you know what that new business is down the street? Or my daughter said she has a new teacher at school. Or I don't know what's up with that new stop sign at the end of the block. There's just a whole array of stories that arise out of our curiosity. So if there's anything you are curious about, I think that makes a good story for our newspaper, and is probably something everybody else in town is curious about, or in your community is curious about as well. So sometimes I know I have students in my classes at school, and I go, I don't know what to write about. And I go, you know, what are you curious about? What are you guys talking about every day? Those are stories worth writing and telling. So the great thing that I always found in journalism was, I don't care if you're a community reporter or a citizen reporter or you work at USA Today, when you say you're collecting information for a story, people react to you, you know, very differently. And, my father-in-law here in town has a lot of questions about stuff, but you know, about the mayor and what's happening in the city. If he called downtown and said, give me Mayor Driscoll, I have some questions about so-and-so, what do you think the mayor would say? Busy. What if I called from the Post-Standard and had questions? Well, you talk to his secretary, which is better than he's busy, and he would probably call you back. There's this magical thing about I'm a reporter. Even if I'm working for the community newspaper, or I'm writing something for the stand, people go, oh, well, maybe I better talk to her. You know, see what she wants to know. So there is this kind of, even in a community newspaper like ours is going to be, when you say you're working on a story, people respond to you differently. So